Someone is asking, how do I stop thinking? You can't stop thinking. If you stop thinking, you die. You literally can't stop thinking. And this question comes from the point of, your brain, most of the time, when let me talk about anxiety sufferers, because that's what I like literally struggle with. With anxiety sufferers, you can find that, you are always have, the negative thoughts. Your mind is always racing. Like, you have not even thought about this thought, another one. Like, they come in flashes. And that can make you think, okay, and it makes you so fatigued. You don't have peace of mind is something that you hear on the television. You literally don't have it. And it can make you think, okay, what if I just, like, literally, how can I really stop thinking? But the truth is, you can't stop thinking. Even narcissist people, people who are recovered like us, we have thoughts. We usually have thoughts, but we don't latch on the thoughts. We don't obsess about them. We don't try to figure them out. We don't try to solve them. We don't push them away. Someone struggling with anxiety is always in a constant battle with their thoughts. Not even the thoughts, the emotions, with their inner selves. That's why you find that you can literally find yourself obsessing about the thoughts, obsessing about, your anxiety, your physical symptoms. This is because you are always doing something about your thoughts. The constant flashing of thoughts in your mind, the negative thoughts that are making you tired. You just want the peace. So you can find yourself asking yourself, like, how can I stop thinking? The thing is, you can't stop thinking. The problem that you have is that you're always adding second fears to your thoughts. That's why your brain feels like, it can't catch a breath. It's always busy trying to do something. This thought, another thought, this one, because you are always trying to do something about their thoughts. A healthy mind, someone who isn't struggling with, anxiety disorder, a thought comes and goes. But you want to latch on this thought, you want to obsess about it, you want to figure it out, you want to solve it, you want to, like, literally add all the second fears about this thought. And that's why you find that you can't have a breath. Your mind is always busy 24/7. It's always having the negative thoughts. It's always having the irrational thoughts. It's always having, the racing thoughts. And what you need to realize is that this second fears is the one that is making you ask this question. And second fear is entirely in your control. What is second fear? The resisting, the fighting, the trying to stop it, trying to make it go away, the figuring out, the solving, the arguing it. Those are what are making the thoughts to race. That's what is making the thoughts to stick. That's what is making the thoughts to be negative. That's what is making the thoughts to, like, literally ache you. But if you stop the second fears, which is entirely in your control, the first fear is not in your control, but the second fear, if you stop the second fear, then you will not be asking this question, how do I stop thinking? Your thinking will be peaceful, will be calm, and this is not an overnight fix. By the time you're having anxiety, by the time you're building these habits of, always thinking the second fears, it took time. So that you won't come here and tell me, Albert, but I stopped adding second fears, and why can't I stop thinking? It will take time. It will take time, because this is what all your brain knows, the habit of always thinking, always obsessing, always worrying. But when you want to stop now adding the second fears, even after stopping it, you'll still feel the anxiety, because that's a habit. That's a habit. That's why I always say we are in the process of rewiring our brains. It will take time. So the second thoughts that you always add are the reason why you're having the racing thoughts, the thoughts that you don't want. But literally, you can't stop thinking. If you stop thinking, you die.